Hello everybody, welcome to my channel.
Mia Sara is an American actress best known for her role as Sloane Peterson, Ferris Bueller's cool and stylish girlfriend, in the iconic 1986 teen comedy Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Born on June 19, 1967, in Brooklyn Heights, New York, her full name is Mia Sarapochiello. She began acting at a young age and rose to fame in the 1980s with her youthful charm, beauty, and a calm, introspective screen presence that made her memorable in the era's coming-of-age films. Before Ferris Bueller, she starred opposite Tom Cruise in the 1985 fantasy film Legend, directed by Ridley Scott, playing Princess Lili. This role showcased her ability to carry dramatic and fantastical material and established her as a rising star. Throughout the late 80s and 90s, Sara took on a range of roles in both film and television, including appearances in Timecop, 1994, alongside Jean-Claude Van Damme in the miniseries Queenie, 1987. Though she never pursued a high-profile Hollywood career in the decades that followed, Mia Sara remained a cult favorite for fans of 80s cinema. She retired from acting in the early 2000s and has since turned her creative focus to writing poetry. She was previously married to Jason Connery, son of Sean Connery, and has a son with him. She later married Brian Henson, son of Jim Henson, and has a daughter with him. Early life and background. Mia Sarapochiello was born on June 19, 1967, in Brooklyn Heights, New York, to a family of Italian-American descent. Raised in a culturally rich environment, she attended the St. Anne's School, known for its strong emphasis on the arts and creativity. From a young age, she gravitated toward performance and storytelling, setting the stage for her acting career. Breakthrough roles and career highlights. Star Legend, 1985, Mia's big screen debut came in Ridley Scott's visually lush fantasy film Legend, where she starred opposite Tom Cruise. She played Princess Lili, a role that demanded both innocence and emotional depth. The film became a cult classic, and her ethereal beauty and expressiveness stood out in the fantasy genre. Star Ferris Bueller's Day Off, 1986, her most iconic role came just a year later when she portrayed Sloane Peterson in Ferris Bueller's Day Off, directed by John Hughes. As Ferris's girlfriend, she was poised, kind, and effortlessly cool, a refreshing counterpart to Ferris's mischievous charm. The role solidified her place in pop culture and became one of the most beloved portrayals of the 1980s. Clapperboard. Other work. Late 1980s to 1990s, Mia Sara continued to act throughout the late 80s and 90s, often in dramatic or science fiction roles. Queenie, 1987, a television miniseries based on a novel loosely inspired by actress Merle Oberon. A Stranger Among Us, 1992, directed by Sidney Lumet, with Sara playing a Hasidic Jewish woman at the center of a murder investigation. Timecop, 1994, a commercial hit where she starred as the wife of Jean-Claude Van Damme's time-traveling law enforcer. The Maddening, 1995, a thriller that showcased her willingness to take on darker material. Though not always in the spotlight, Sara chose projects that interested her, rather than chasing stardom. Later life and retirement. By the early 2000s, Mia Sara quietly stepped away from acting. She has spoken in interviews about feeling unfulfilled by the Hollywood system and wanting to lead a more personal, creatively authentic life. In the years since, she has focused on writing poetry, which she considers a deeply personal and serious craft, raising her children and maintaining a more private life out of the public eye. She's been published in several literary journals and has described poetry as a lifelong passion that she finally had time to explore fully once she left Hollywood. Personal life. Marriage to Jason Connery, 1996 to 2002, they had one son together, Dashiell Quinn Connery, who has dabbled in modeling and acting. Marriage to Brian Henson. The son of Muppets creator Jim Henson, Brian is a filmmaker and puppeteer. The couple has a daughter together, and Mia Sara has occasionally attended Henson Company events with him. Legacy. Though her time in Hollywood was relatively brief, Mia Sara's performances, especially as Sloane, have endured. She represents a unique kind of 1980s star, quietly magnetic, classically beautiful, and emotionally grounded. She remains a fan favorite, particularly among Gen Xers and lovers of vintage teen cinema. Her transition from Hollywood actress to poet and private creative is often admired as a bold and graceful move, a rare example of someone walking away from the industry on her own terms. Fountain pen life. After acting, poet and writer Mia Sara didn't just leave acting, she reinvented herself as a serious writer. Stepping back from the screen in the early 2000s, she began devoting her energy to poetry, something she said she had been writing privately for decades. Her poetry is thoughtful, often introspective, and influenced by personal experiences, motherhood, loss, and identity. She has published poems in respected journals such as Pank Magazine. The Right Room. Smartish Pace. In 2016, she won the Cheshire Prize for Literature for Poetry, further validating her talents beyond film. Her work often explores themes of the tension between fame and privacy, the passage of time, nature, and quiet domestic moments. Her children and family. She once described poetry as a more truthful language than acting. It's clear that she views writing not as a hobby or post-Hollywood curiosity, but as a craft that demands honesty and discipline. Revolving hearts. Relationships and family life. Mia Sara's personal life has been largely private, though a few key relationships are known. With Jason Connery, 1996 to 2002, Jason is the son of legendary actor Sean Connery. Mia and Jason had one son, Dashiell Connery, born in 1997. Dashiell has started to build a career of his own in entertainment and modeling, inheriting both his parents' striking features and cinematic presence. With Brian Henson. Mia later married Brian Henson, heir to the Jim Henson legacy and a key creative force in the Jim Henson Company. They have a daughter together. The Henson family is known for its creativity, whimsical storytelling, and quiet philanthropy, aligning well with Mia's more private, thoughtful lifestyle. Living a quieter life away from the media, Sara has emphasized the importance of family, reading, writing, and staying out of the spotlight. She's known to be protective of her children's privacy and
Bye bye. Thanks for watching.